No, but Mr. Dwivedi, let's be very clear. The existence of same-sex couples is not something which has been imported from some ocean-going.
No,
It's as much a part of our society as it
it's
is
part of society, and there is another aspect which is not looked at, and that is that even though it was there in the society, my lord, at no point of time there was any demand or recognition of marriage for them. That's also equally aspect. They were there. They were given respect. They had dignity. Marriage, my lord, I'll come to that, but marriage, my lord, by itself is not a matter of dignity, my lords. If that were so, then people who are not married, my lord, have no dignity, my lords. It can't be that. People, my lord, who become widowers, my lord, and then they are not married anymore, so they lose dignity upon becoming a widow. It
No,
can't be that.
that's not the argument. The argument is not that, people who are single lack dignity or that marriage is the only source of dignity. The point is about choice.
That's right. So therefore, dignity has no relevance. Maybe equality, maybe choice. You can choose your partner, live with the partner. But if you want to marry, that's a particular social. You are then invoking a particular social institution which is existing in the society. Otherwise, my lord, who's stopping them from forming any kind of association? You marry, there's no law. I would be very happy, my lords, if all these laws are taken away, my lords. But these laws are there to protect the interest of women and children because of the command of Article 15(3), which says that state can make a special provision for emancipation of women. Therefore, these regulations have come in. But dignity, my lord, has nothing to do with marriage. My marriage is not registered as your lordship notice, my lords. So I have no dignity, my lord, that means. I'm not looking for any recognition from any law. I don't want the parliament, etc., my lord. We never want depend on the state. Here, there is a particular reason for demand of recognition by state or by court. And that is that Mr. Rohtagi said that we want to use your lordship's prestige to bring about social acceptance. It's all about social acceptance. Otherwise, make any number of judgments, any number of laws made by parliament, my lord, will not create social acceptance. It is only social evolution in which, my lord, the representatives of people participate. That alone, my lord, can bring about social acceptance. I am not inimical to their relationship. But what is the way about? It's the social evolution involving representatives and not a cultural revolution through court, my lord. In all matters of social revolution or social reforms, your lordships have granted legislators, the parliament, a choice how to proceed. You may deal with one section at a time. All laws need not be all embracing. Sometimes, my lord, the laws are made and tested and experimented in one particular area. It need not be throughout the territory of India. It can be piecemeal. It can be phased. And the phases can have spacing, my lord. Look at the women rights case, my lord. Women got right to maintenance in 1937. It was blown up into a bigger right, my lord, in 56. They become co-parsoner, my lord, in 2005. And even today, my lord, they don't have rights under the Agricultural Reforms Acts.
Section 4.2.
Yes. So therefore, my lords, how many years have passed? There was something said, my lord, that we are getting old and so on, my lord. So, my lord, if it's a cause for which you are battling, all causes, my lord, take time to succeed. And all causes have their martyrs. It's not necessary. It's not an individual thing that I got married, I did not get married. I left the world without getting married. The issue is This is a cause which requires social accommodation, and therefore Parliament, which has the pulse of the people in hand, are in the best position to decide when to take the next step, what should be the next step, and how should it be brought about. These are sensitive areas where the courts, my lord, as far as possible should keep away and not force things. That's what I'm beseeching your lordship, my lord. Don't force it, my lord. Because, my lord, the whole social fabric can be rent apart. We do not know what consequences will happen or not, my lord. I'm not trying to predict something, but slowness is the way forward in such matters, not speed. As we go in the mountains, my lord, there are always warnings that be slow, else there is danger. Now, my lord, there's another aspect. Kindly advert to section 43 and 44. I'm placing only those sections, my lord, which have not been placed, to the best of my recollection. Penalty on married person marrying again under this act. Save as otherwise provided in chapter 3, every person who, being at the time married, procures a marriage of himself or herself to be solemnized under this act shall be deemed to have committed an offense under section 494 or section 495 IPC, as the case may be, and the marriage so solemnized shall be void. Punishment of bigamy. Every person whose marriage is solemnized under this act and who during the lifetime of his or her wife or husband contracts any other marriage shall be subject to the penalties provided in section 494 and 495 IPC for the offense of marrying again during lifetime of a husband or wife, and the marriage so contracted shall be void. So the provisions of bigamy have been bodily incorporated by reference